In a grand mansion filled with the sound of laughter and clinking glasses, a beautiful celebration was taking place. Golden balloons floated gracefully, lights shimmered across the hall, and people gathered in their finest clothes to celebrate a special day. Yet in the midst of this glamorous gathering, a young woman sat quietly, her eyes filled with emotion. She was the daughter of a wealthy millionaire, known for her beauty and grace, but hidden behind her smile was a story few people truly understood. She had grown up in silence, unable to hear the voices around her, but she had always carried her heart with strength and dignity. As the music played, guests danced and toasted, but her world remained quiet. She often felt invisible in large gatherings, her heart longing for someone who could see beyond her silence and understand her soul. That night, something extraordinary was about to happen. As she sat surrounded by family and friends, a man walked forward, his eyes fixed on her with sincerity and warmth. He was not wealthy, not surrounded by luxury, but his heart carried something far greater than riches. He carried love, honesty, and the determination of a single father who knew the value of true connection. When he reached her, the room grew still. Everyone watched in silence as he slowly knelt down before her. Instead of holding out a ring immediately, he lifted his hands gently. With careful precision, he shaped words not with his voice but with his fingers. He signed in her language, the language of silence, the language of love she thought few could ever truly speak. At that moment, her eyes widened, tears streaming down her cheeks, for she realized he had learned this just for her. Surrounded by noise, he chose to meet her in her quiet world, proving that love does not need sound, it only needs sincerity. The guests gasped, touched by the power of his gesture. This was not just a proposal, it was a promise that he would never let her feel alone, never let her believe she was hidden in the shadows of silence again. For a woman who had grown up in a world where people pitied her or admired her only for her father's wealth, here was a man who saw her for who she truly was, a woman deserving of love, respect, and a voice even without sound. Slowly he reached for her hand, still signing the words, "I love you," with a trembling smile. Overwhelmed, she nodded, her lips quivering as she whispered softly, not needing him to hear, but knowing he understood. The crowd erupted into applause, but for them nothing else mattered. In that moment it was just the two of them, the woman who had lived in silence and the man who brought love into her quiet world. Their story reminds us that love does not measure wealth, status, or background. Love is found in the courage to step into someone else's world, to speak their language, and to hold their heart as if it were your own. This single father gave her more than a proposal. He gave her hope, belonging, and the promise of a lifetime where silence was no longer loneliness, but a shared melody of unspoken devotion. And so, beneath the golden lights of that unforgettable party, what began as an ordinary celebration turned into the beginning of a timeless love story, one that would be remembered not for its grandeur, but for its purity, its tenderness, and its undeniable truth that love always finds a way.